Hey, it's Thursday. It's Rumor and Innuendo. I'm Dominic D'Angelo of AdFreeShows.com, Podcast, Heat Wrestling, and Studio One Sports. I'm with Mr. Robert Karplus, WE Creative _ish. Robert, man, Thursday, we got some TNA.
Dude, I love that there was no way that you were going to get through that intro without screwing it up, and you started it right from the jump. Couldn't be happier to have you all joining us here today on a maximum carnage, dynamite, impact, all kinds of big announcements in the wrestling world. But before we get to that, we're going to say hi to the folks joining us. What's up? Who ready for Saturday night on Studio One Sports? Great place to start. So here's something fun, guys. Myself and Dominic D'Angelo, the guy next to me who's going day 2 on the Cosby sweaters here. We do this program every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern. Number one. Number 2, we text fairly frequently.
We do.
Last evening, I go on the Facebook gimmick because Verizon wasn't working, couldn't make a telephone call, didn't have 35 cents. The very first thing I see on Facebook is Dom posting about how Studio One Sports is going to be airing live wrestling. And that's how I find out this news. Not on a daily wrestling news podcast that I host with the guy. He doesn't tell me. He doesn't tell me on air, doesn't tell me off air. Hey, here's something really cool. I got to go on friggin' Facebook like a regular jabroni, some jobber off the friggin' streets to go find out what's going on with the dude I share a box with. We'll get to it in a minute, Dom. We're going to say hi to the folks who are here who deserve the attention. Then we'll find out about your thing. Cami Star says, after morning, guys, another cold, snowy day. Time for hot and steamy rumor and innuendo.
Yeah.
Now, I'm hot right now about what I just saw. Wanna Breeze says, hello, RNI. Fun fact about TNA. It got its name from a good friend of mine, Dom's bro. I am keenly aware of that fact. It's yeah. You know what? I bet you Vince Russo knew. Bet you told your buddy. Bet you told your boy, bro. They're gonna air some programming on the network. Johnny Disco says, "Good day, RNI. Dynamite and Impact coverage? ?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, want to be coverage, want to be a preview. Dre Owen says, hello, RNI. AEW should send Double J to Impact since WWE is sending AJ Styles. What did I do to you, Dre?
I love that.
What did I do to hurt you that you want more Jeff Jarrett on programming?
Give me Jeff Jarrett all the time.
You can listen to Conrad, who there's a video of some dude. I don't know who he is. Mike sent this to us. It's this guy who does a spot on Bret Hart impression, and it was Conrad and Bret Hart hosting a podcast. This was a godlike moment. Wrestling Old Head says, good after morning all. It's TNA Thursday premiere, something to get excited about. That does remind me. I'm going to text good friend of mine, friend of the show, and is this a break a leg situation or is this a good luck situation?
I think it's a break a leg. It's a break a leg because
hope you guys kill it tonight. Excited to tune in. Not so excited, just excited because I know that he's gonna be bringing a storm of excitement.
Oh, he gets serious about it, though. That's for sure. For a
minute. See? This is why we kind of get along. Wrestling Old Head asked, was the Bret Hart impersonator Jason Sensation? No. Jason Sensation was the Owen Hart impersonator. Better. I mean, he does a lot, but his Owen was always spot on.
Yes. I'm not a nugget. Wow. Robert, yes, lots to talk about. I will start about with the announcement that I did not share with Robert. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. But yes, my network, StudioOneSports.com, used to be One True Sport, used to be Kurt Angle's old YouTube channel, has now partnered with Exodus Wrestling and EC3 for...
Which, by the way, let's put an extra level of crap on top of this. EC3 and I have been friends for... We've been friends for so long that when my wife and I went out for our first night out after my daughter was born, the first time that we had like a babysitter we were going out was because he was going to be on an NXT show down here. And he's like, hey, why don't you come on out and go see the show? And we just sat there and BS the entire time. And my wife's like, this is our first outing with a babysitter. And dude, seriously? I'm like, yeah. He and I go way, way back. So clearly, I got no friends in this damn business.
You're like the Squidward meme where you're looking through the blinds and me and EC3 are running around outside. You know what I'm talking about?
One Breeze says, I bet Dom told Scott about it. He didn't, because I just finished recording with Scott Chapin, Working Stiff. So that'll be in your inbox shortly. Scott also just screwed me over. He was like, hey, let's record at 10. I said, great. He didn't show up till 10:30 because he fell asleep.
Gosh. He's been ghost.
So it's the best. Anyway, explain to me this graphic that's taking up 90% of our screen, because that looks like Richard Holiday telling me to go fornicate myself.
Oh, well, he has a new signature move. You got to check it out. So, yeah, it's New Game Plus taking place January 17th, 6:05 p.m. live on StudioOneSports.com. Check it out. The NWA Heavyweights Championship will be on the line as Silas Mason defends it, too. And EC3 will be in action as well in singles action against Carson Drake. Cal Hero also on the card. Big fan of him. Duke Davis from Pittsburgh area will be on it, as well as Gannon Jones Jr. It's going to be really, really fun. Really excited to present live wrestling on Studio One Sports. It's part of something that I wanted to do on the channel. And so this is the first step into it. And I'm excited to partner with Exodus and EC3 because EC3 is a good dude too. So looking forward to that.
He's a piece of crap. You're a piece of crap. I hate everybody. I hate
Come
all
on,
you
Robert,
people.
you're tuned in too.
I am the opposite of so excited. I will not be. Just for that, I'm not tuning in. Not at 6:05 Eastern on this Saturday on Studio One. Ain't going to happen.
Dang it.
Nope. Sorry. Instead, maybe I'll watch Collision. No, I don't know. I'm kidding.
Spitefully watch Collision.
There's spite, and then there's going out of my way to watch Collision. I did watch the Dynamite last night.
I did watch it today. So, what did you think, Robert? That main event, I liked it, Robert. I liked it a lot, actually. MJF taking on Bandito, and it was a great. It was a great showcase for Bandito, I thought, but also a really great showcase for MJF and what he's capable of doing.
Phenomenal, Matt. I mean, none of that surprises me. Max can work against anybody and turn it up to meet their level, and exceeded and made this feel like a big time main event match. And I can see a world where they would have been like, do we call an audible and put the title on Bandito? And then everybody's saying, well, this feels a lot like what just happened with WWE and Drew. I get it. And then there's others like, well, point of order. Technically speaking, this match was announced before. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I liked the match. I liked that MJF beat Bandito, but just barely.
Yeah.
And then cut that promo where we have not established if Max is a babyface or a heel in this return. He's just been Max. And the idea of, they're right, you're going to be a future world champion. And that's why I have to do what I have to do. And then it was Scar throwing Mufasa off the ledge.
Yeah.
I love it. I loved it. Sold American style. Big moment, big decision. Big fan of all that. And I love where they're going to go from here, because you can now get to a Bandito rematch at some point where Max is going to be extra scared. You've clearly got a Brody King match set up right now. You've got Hangman and Swerve and Joe and Kenny all coming after that world title. It's good stuff.
It is, and that's what you want to have happen. You want to create this intrigue of who is next and who are viable candidates to go up against MJF. When, you look back even a month ago and you're just like, okay, what's with this AEW world title picture?
A month ago, we were the John Travolta meme. Where he's holding his quote.
What's going on? What's going on here? So we got some good results there. And overall, I thought Maximum Carnage was not quite maximum, but it was a fun kind of show.
To a certain degree. By the way, Devin Dowling points out something I was about to say, which is the way the camera was set. I thought Brody was turning on Bandito. For about a half a second, I did have that same thought. I'm like, they're really buddying it up for quite a while. But I don't think we're going to get that. There's a world where we don't get the Brody King turn until Bandito wins the title, and then Brody goes and just murder balls him.
Do you think I guess he would be a great heel, obviously, Brody King, considering his size, is that. But he is good as a baby face, too, as this big man baby face. So
he's a super likable guy. He's a good guy. He's a good dude in the ring and out. Other highlights. There's a lot to talk about in Rumor and Innuendo today.
Oh, there is. Yes. What do you think
Dynamite.
about? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Opening match, Darby and Pac. I know we don't care about this. He's got to check off the list of all the people in the Death Riders. I love the fact that this was just like a 15-minute brawl before the match even started.
Yeah.
No security, no referees, no ringing the bell, no nothing. Just let them get it out of their system. Let them just fight. It's so funny. It's so funny, the inconsistency with which they determine rules or not. And then speaking of inconsistency, Pac, who we think is great, but is rarely on TV, the way that he lost with Darby putting the chair on his ankle and jumping on it and Pillmanizing him, and then tapping. I'm like, oh, good. Now Pac's going to be off TV for another 3 months.
That's great. Yeah, that's. I didn't even consider that. But
what was that you just said? You just made a noise. That wasn't even a word. Like, has it happened?
It's like that's a great point. I didn't even consider that, but yes, makes a lot of sense. It was just an all-out Darby taking that unbelievable power bomb or whatever it was, back body drop onto the steel
belly to belly.
Like
there was so many. Yeah, there was so. Tony Gong says Darby abuses his back like it didn't have dinner ready for him when he gets home. We'll have to ask Gigi Dolan at some point. Kidding. Everybody loves everybody. I know that Dom's favorite, Brian Keith, got a little bit of a spotlight here.
He did. It was nice to see, but it was upsetting to see that he never gets the bounties. He's always given a bounty, but he never gets the bounty itself.
Here's what's so funny about that. Remember, like, there was the bounty with Ricochet like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And the Don Callis. This is what this felt like. It kind of felt like Tony knows Chris Jericho is showing up on Raw like any minute. So he's like, I'm going to remind you people that these guys are better without him. So let's give them a spotlight. And obviously, when you have Big Bill, who's been over with this audience of late, and Brian Keith as an established tag team, the best thing to do with this established tag team on a show where there's a 4-way match to figure out the number one contender for these tag team titles is to have Brian Keith wrestle in a singles match against Hangman Adam Page to set up other angles that do not involve Brian Keith or Big Bill.
Yes, yeah, just job them out and flavor of the week again for a villain of the week for Hangman Page or whoever. They put your baby face, insert baby face there. So yes, nice to see Brian Keith. Wish he would have been utilized better ultimately.
But it was fine. The promo of, I get it. It was to establish that Swerve and Hangman are still bros and buddies and got each other's back. And, you know, you burned down my house and stabbed me with a syringe, but we're all going to be, you know, friends now, because we all hate Samoa Joe, who wasn't really even on the show. But
can we explain? Is there a reason that Swerve does not like Kenny? Did I forget something?
He doesn't like that this is another guy who's just showing up and going after the world title.
Oh,
that was my take on it.
That's it.
Yeah, but I didn't like it either. And then Kenny comes out there.
Uh-huh.
It's like we said yesterday. He doesn't pick a lane. He's either serious or he's not. He's either on his retirement run or he's not. He's a special attraction or he's not. And now he's still back feuding with the Don Callis family. And now he's going to get revenge on Josh Alexander, who broke Kota Ibushi's leg 11 months ago at this point. I don't remember when it was. It was a while. I know it wasn't 11 months ago, but it was not that long ago. And it wasn't that far ago. The audience doesn't necessarily remember.
I didn't remember.
You got to love, even Excalibur didn't remember when he was trying to talk about how Don Callis will cost Kenny Omega the world title. You could totally hear Tony Khan in his ear, just muffled, yelling like, "That's not what happened. You got to correct it." And then they had to fix it. And it was. Let's move on from something illogical to something logical, which is the 4-way tag match to determine the number one contender for the FTR.
Robert, you predicted this one hands down about what was going to happen. And
anybody could, if you looked at it and you go, okay, there are 4 teams in this match. There's the Demand, who have been featured on TV week in, week out. They're big, scary monsters who are heels. Tag champs are heels, by the way. There's Davis and Doyle that just debuted together a week ago. No one really remembers even which ones they are.
They're babyface. Right?
There's they're heels who just debuted together. No history as a tag team. There's Jet Speed, plucky underdog baby faces, but we saw FTR face them a little while ago. And then there's the Young Bucks, who are now full on baby faces. They got the tassels, they got all the momentum. So of course you're going to go with Davis and Doyle.
Right. Makes complete sense, doesn't it?
Total sense. No notes. Absolutely perfect. Heel versus heel, FTR and Davis and Doyle, a main event anywhere in the country that is hosting a Collision. Dom, I'm gobsmacked, and I'm doubly gobsmacked because a friend of the show, Adam Goodman, sent me these acclaimed videos that they've been doing. Have you seen this?
No, I have not.
It's because remember the whole Tony Khan's forcing them to be together and work together.
Wait, who's the Acclaim though? I don't even remember that.
It's Max Caster and something Anthony Bowens. I don't know. He's got 7 nicknames. These vignettes are them setting up the ring, being forced to set up the ring, cleaning bathrooms, working the merch stand. Well shot, well produced, well written, well performed. You get a feel for why these guys are so dynamic together. It's funny, it's engaging, and you meant if this was on TV every week and then they went into this 4-way match and they win, makes all the sense in the world. So yeah, let's not put it on Dynamite.
Yeah, I'm glad it's on my radar.
It was probably on Collision.
Probably, which you're tuning into on Saturday night instead of Exodus.
Yeah, I'll be watching that instead of this damn Studio One nonsense. You know what I'd rather see? You know what I'd rather watch than your Studio One? I would rather watch a Triangle of Madness promo. They didn't give it to me this week. Instead, we had to watch them wrestle against the Babes of Wrath and Chris Statlander. And somehow, even in a match where there's 6 women competing, all I keep thinking is, okay, but where the hell is Jamie Hayter?
Yeah.
Where the hell is Mercedes Moné? Where the hell is Toni Storm? Where's Riho, for God's sake? Like, so many women just fall off the radar, and they all get stuffed into one segment. But they needed to make room because Jet Speed didn't win the tag match because they're going to be teaming with Hangman Adam Page in a 6-man match against the Ops in what is clearly long-term booking and not a story we're going to get to right after we talk about Rumor and we're going to talk about Dynamite. Right. So we're going to put a pin in that just for a moment. Main event, absolutely fantastic. Pin is pulled out. If you are concerned about Collision spoilers, number 1, reevaluate your life. Number 2, plug your ears for the next 30 seconds. How? If you are Tony Marie Khan,
yes,
do you lose Hobbs? Hobbs's contract expired at midnight. It's not like you didn't know when the contract was expiring.
You had to know.
It's on like someone in the AEW counsel's office. If it was Mega, who I don't know if she's still there or not, or whoever the hell it is, you got a chart. You know when people's contracts are up. And if you know the guy's not going to stick around and his contract's coming up, maybe you don't put him into a top tier stable. Maybe you don't make him a central focus of your programming over the last couple months when you basically ignored and squandered him for the better part of 5 years.
Right. And you're opening the opportunity for WWE to just put him right on their program. Not that they will, but they could.
Oh, yeah, are you kidding me? The fact that he didn't re-sign, the fact that it wasn't already announced, that it got out there, he's 1,000% going to WWE. There's no question, no nothing. Tony apparently offered him a boatload of money, and he turned it down because he's young and he wants to shoot his shot elsewhere. And I can't blame him.
I can't either, not whatsoever.
But I can blame AEW, and I think this is a systemic problem for all Elite Wrestling. They had a can't-miss prospect, a guy who he's got the look, he's got the airport test, he's got the skills in ring that can be refined over time. He's got promo skills. There are promos. You go watch him out there.
He's great.
Dude delivers. He's got a compelling real-life backstory. They turned him 1,000 times like he's the Big Show. He was a dude I said they should have called an audible when he wrestled Moxley for the world title and just say, put the title on Hobbs. Let's see what this guy can do.
I said the same
Instead,
thing too. Yep, put him on.
he's going to be on. He's going to be on Raw, or SmackDown, or even NXT. And Tony just gift wrapped and gave them another huge star. You know, Dre Owen says the problem, WWE has a stupid stacked roster. Hopefully he's not lost in the shuffle. They're not going to lose Hobbs in the shuffle. And it's more to the point of, you look at the future of where WWE is going. Braun Breaker, Obafemi, Trick Williams, Hobbs.
Monsters.
That's your, I mean, and if they can figure out a way to make Austin Theory work, obviously Logan Paul is now signed to a contract, so he can be a legitimate star for the next several years. There are so many positions, and think of Carmelo Hayes coming into his own, Ilya Dragunov coming into his own. There are so many stars for the next 5 years. WWE is in a great position. Jacob Fatu is only 33 years old. I want to keep saying this over and over and over again. It's astonishing the level of Dominic Mysterio, the level of talent that they have in WWE, and that AEW has yet to prove that they can pluck someone out of obscurity and make them a star from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talked about their AEW problem before, which was you debut with Kenny and the Bucks and Cody and Chris Jericho and Sting, and then you don't make anybody. The only guy they've probably made in the last 6 years is Hangman, who was already a New Japan star.
He felt like a bigger deal outside of AEW than coming into it at some points too, I think.
You know, anyone that wants to say MJF, and Devin Allen just says MJF, check the history books on that one there, kids.
Yeah. MJF, they could manufacture that he was, but certainly he created the MJF persona way before.
But it's like you look at who they claim was their pillars, and it was Darby, it was Jack Perry, it was MJF, and it was Sammy Guevara.
Yep.
One of those four are a valid pillar. I think Darby is great in certain instances. His instincts always seem to be off, and he has not really transcended to be your A1 top star.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Guevara somehow has a job, but for the grace of God. And to some extent, same thing goes for Jack Perry, who's a dude who has proven that he is not the most logical and reliable guy out there. Losing Hobbs.
The other pillar, too, is Britt Baker.
Who?
Britt Baker. Remember her?
I don't remember any woman that's not immediately on my television. Next thing you're telling me there was a woman that wrestled there named Sheeta. I'm like, there was no Sheeta. It's all a myth. Hologram. Bless you, Dre. Hologram. Dude, Scott tried to tell me with a straight face the best match of the week. He said Commander wrestled whoever the hologram copy is. Klon, whatever. And he's like, oh, it was a hell of a match. I'm like, sure. Clang. The biggest surprise on Dynamite, if I'm honest, was how quickly they announced that they signed the Rascals. And way to eat TNA's lunch.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously you lose Hobbs. That's a huge star to lose. The Rascals, though, they've cut their swath, not just in TNA, but a little bit in NXT as well. So it's just like, and those guys have personality. It's a great, fun kind of faction. They do seem fit for an AEW kind of group, but how are they going to be utilized? Are they going to get lost in that show?
How are they going to be utilized? They're like 7 other groups that I can think of right now. They're that top flight Scorpio Sky stable. They're the conglomeration. They're Jet Speed. I just think they're going to get completely lost in the shuffle like everybody else. Mm-hmm. They're very talented, but distinguish them.
Absolutely. And how are you going to do that?
You can't distinguish them the way you can Hobbs.
No, you can't. It's 4 guys in total that you're trying to utilize and maximize. So what did
But it felt like a little bit of like, well, we're going to try to steal TNA's thunder. We got Jake something last week. Wrestling Overhead said Griff Garrison just put his phone on airplane mode. Remember Griff Garrison?
Oh my God.
Good looking kid, tall.
Great. I enjoyed
Griff. Looked like a standout. You're like, oh, this is a guy of the future.
Seemed to have some personality too that you could use.
I don't know. He's no workhorseman. But the workhorses over at TNA are going to get a chance to shine this evening. Have they previewed the matches? I know
A
there's at
little
least
bit,
one.
yes, they have. It's Frankie Kazarian. He's taking on Santana. Frankie Kazarian's your champion at the moment, so that's the world title headline match. But we also obviously have AJ Styles will be showing up for this too, and that will be extremely fun to check out. Also, there's trios action as the Hardys tag up with Elijah. So that'll be a fun way to kind of introduce a bigger audience back to the Hardys again and stuff like that. And I can't remember the other match because I was trying to pull the card up, but my Twitter link's not working right now for some reason. So
try your X link.
Yes, let's see if that helps at all. Nope, this is TNA. Come on here. Where's it at?
I mean, even those matches right there, like Kazarian versus Santana for the TNA title. It's great because you can tell the story through video packages of Santana, the emotional journey it took for him to get the title and losing it. And then you can have him most likely win the title tonight. And if this is a jumping on point for lapsed fans of TNA or someone who's sampling it, now you got a guy to ride with going forward. Look, I remember way back when Ring of Honor debuted on HDNet.
Yeah.
The very first guy they built it around was Mike Bennett. That he was the prodigy. He was like, this is your new entry point. This is the guy you're going to take the journey with. So I think putting the title on Santana feels like a really smart decision on the part of TNA. And letting the Hardys go wrestle in a 6-man tag match feels like a smart decision on the part of TNA. Let people see this is a well-produced, well-shot, well-put-together program. Get excited about it and enjoy it. And we're going to get a chance to talk about it tomorrow, Dom.
Yeah. Also, got to add too. We talk about AEW stealing a little bit of TNA's thunder here. Well, they did announce today. I don't know if you saw it too, Robert, but Nick Nemeth actually resigned with the company, so he'll be in the mix as well for TNA on their docket moving forward again. So good news for them in that regard. Yeah, should be interesting. There's some speculation. Could we see Chris Jericho tonight, Robert? Would this be a way to make that return?
Absolutely not. I would not use Chris Jericho in this spot because I think the second that happens, you're now completely signaling, he's going to pop up in WWE programming at some point soon. I would hold off. I would not necessarily utilize him. I think you lean on a lot of the talent that's there. You want to introduce them to the audience. Mainstream fans are going to tune in because it's a premiere. They always wind up doing that. When SmackDown went to USA Network or when it went to Fox, big numbers. When it's in Netflix, big numbers. Like, you want to trust that wrestling fans are just going to tune in to see this new program. They're going to tune in to see the Hardys. They're going to tune in to see a world title match. And then they're going to stick around and see what else there is. That was the John Cena theory for Saturday night's main event. It was tune in for this. And now people that watch that are like, oh, there's that Leon Slater kid. He was really damn good.
Yeah. No.
And if they really are excited, Bully Ray is going to be doing commentary in the main event. And if you're excited to see Bully Ray on commentary, you're probably excited for Collision.
Wow. Well, I'm ready. I'm intrigued to see what they do, what format changes they might make or stylistic changes. So it'll be interesting to see how they present it on AMC tonight. I will be doing a live watch along on StudioOneSports.com too.
Thanks for inviting me.
If you want to come, you can. I just made it this morning. So
I was invited.
You want to join?
Devin Dowling asks who the commentators are. I know Matt Raywald of Broke Return Championship Wrestling is one of the commentators. Who's the other commentator that you may have sat down with recently, Dom?
Well, I chatted with Tom Phillips, who's the play-by-play man on StudioOneSports.com. You can check out that interview now as we talk about tonight. There you go.
I love how you thought that was the end of the show and you forgot that we didn't conclude the show. You did your end of show voice, and I love that. So you know what? To that end, we will be back tomorrow, noon Eastern, as we are every Monday through Friday on a plethora of platforms, including the WW Creative _ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo. I was almost going to say Twitter because you said Twitter. @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Rumor and Innuendo, Podcast Heat, and ad-free shows. So on behalf of the man who keeps kayfabing his co-host and forgetting to tell him things to promote, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpelis. Find something better to do this Saturday at 6:05 Eastern.
Hey, tomorrow we're going to have Chris Jericho on. Get ready, cuz.